Hi there, it's Jessie here. Welcome to the channel. Thank you very much for being here. All right, how are you doing today? I'm feeling, honestly, I'm a bit blocked down below. And I always think whenever I'm constipated, it's about not letting go of something. I'm holding on to something, my bowels, my gut. I'm not letting something go. Am I aware or conscious of what that is? No. Is my body telling me there's something I'm unconsciously holding on to? Yes. What am I going to do about that information? Brash. I don't know. What I did is I sat in meditation and I just breathed into the blockage and then I had a big poo. So, okay, there's the intro out of the way. If you're still here, this video, I'm going to be talking about what to do if you care about what people think of you. Talking from an expert of someone who cares what people thinks of them. Yeah, it's actually like the origin story of this YouTube channel. But really it all begins back when I was a wee baby, probably, maybe lifetimes before, who knows? I can only speak of the experience that I remember, and basically didn't feel like I got the attention that I needed from the caregivers, namely father. And he was a lovely, lovely dad. Like, wonderful things. It's just, I needed more. I needed more attention. Namely, I needed attention when I was being a little brat. And when I say attention, I mean guidance. I needed attention and love and to be seen and felt and heard and then guided out of it. And, they say like the things, whatever your trauma is from childhood, you've got to turn it into a pearl and make something beautiful and golden out of it. So I didn't receive attention. Now, I didn't know this. I'm still exploring it right now. And I recently came across, it was a tarot reading. And so I listened to a tarot reader called Jess Puckett. Highly recommend. She's not for everyone, so check it out and decide for yourself. But for me, I've learned a lot. I really enjoy the insights I receive when I listen to her. And she was giving a reading talking about how the people in this group, which I resonated with, equate success with attention. And then she started going, feels like there's a father wound in here. So it really resonated that because I didn't receive the attention that I needed in the way that I needed, I now crave attention. And a lot of my motivation comes from that craving, including this channel. I want to be seen. I want to be loved. Now, this is the ticket, because usually if we didn't get the attention that we needed as a child, or we got negative attention, like this is a big thing for a lot of us, is we're afraid to be seen or to put ourselves out there or to do something. Because when we did that as a child, when we were like authentic and crazy and raw, if we received negative attention from that, we learn, okay, that's not acceptable. That's not going to help my survival. So we just shut it away in a box. But the box is still in there somewhere, and it's your freedom of expression and your authentic self. And we need to unleash that. We need to, because otherwise it's like it starts to rattle. Now, the thing is about it is, because I've been exploring this for a while, I talk about it a lot, like, how do I get people not to like me? Why am I so afraid of being seen? And it's because I only want to be seen. That part of me is still afraid of being seen and getting a negative reaction. But it's different now because I'm an adult. So I don't need people's approval to survive, as I felt like I did when I was a child. When we're adults, we don't need that. So what we got to do is authentically express in whatever form or way that feels like you want to do it. And because we hold ourselves back from doing that because we fear that we'll receive negative attention. Oh, what if I won't be loved by it? What if it's not good enough? But we must remember we're adults now. So if we don't receive the approval externally, we will survive. But the part of us doesn't think we will. So what do we do about it? We do it to experience the uncomfortable emotion that will inevitably come when somebody disapproves you for whatever reason. Hey, they might even approve of it, which is often the case when you first start out, because it's so small that it only sort of reaches people who the algorithms believe will be interested in it. So other people that view small accounts and all of that, if you're putting yourself online, I'm using my example. But if it's negative, you do it. You do the thing that you're scared of, and you have to, you're going into battle. Like, right, I'm going to do this terrifying thing and what I'm afraid of is being disapproved. So I'm going to go out and be disapproved. I'm going to intentionally put myself into a situation where I can receive negative feedback from my expression. And you do it, and you receive the negative feedback, and then you have to go right into the body. Okay, where is it? How does it feel? And what we do is we expand our capacity to hold uncomfortable feelings. And we realize in that holding that we didn't die. There's somebody on TikTok, I don't know if she's still going, I don't use TikTok anymore, but she was called like the Uncomfortable Queen. And she would go out into public and do really embarrassing things. And it's an amazing example of how, like, because once she does that embarrassing thing, and she's got all these eyes on her judging her, because she's intentionally doing something that people would judge. They're all looking at her, and then she is expanding her capacity to hold judgment in public. Oh, I didn't die. I'm sure I've spoken about this before, but it's coming around again. So here we go. And then the next time that you start feeling uncomfortable by being perceived, you got a stronger hold. Well, I know this isn't going to kill me. And you can, however you want to work with that feeling in your body. Like maybe you want to, some people give a name to it, like personify it. So you have a relationship with it. You can locate it with a texture or a color or something to make it more visual in your mind, if that's how you work. And you can even use your imagination to transmute it. So if it's red and it's feeling hot, invite in some cold blue and see how that feels. Like experiment, play. But it's got to be in the body, and it's got to be with awareness that there's another part of you, a bigger part, that can actually manage and play with the uncomfortable feeling. It's not the end of the world. We don't die. That's what we're afraid of, everyone. Did you know that? I'm saying like I know that. Am I afraid of death? Probably. Actually, yeah, I nearly died the other day. Do you know what? It was great. I've been having a bit of a rough time at the minute. I've been feeling a bit lonely recently. And I was like quite a little bit depressed, like sort of came out of nowhere, just couldn't get out of bed, no motivation, If you've been depressed, you know the feeling. And really felt unmotivated, blah, blah, blah. And I thought, okay, Jessie, come on, go for a walk, go outside and look at a daisy. So I went outside and it was all quite nice, and I did feel a bit better, and followed a bird for a bit. That was fun. And then a storm came out of nowhere, I'm telling you, out of nowhere, boom, storm. And I thought, great, I love storms. I'm going to go down to the river. So I go down to the river. It's pissing with rain, right? Absolutely. But I've got so many layers on, like woolly layers. I don't feel it. I feel invincible in this storm. So I'm like marching down to the river, all these people huddled under a cafe, like looking like, what's she doing? And I'm like, well, I'm invincible to the storm. I go down to the river, and it's like, it's not just choppy water. It's like deep waves underneath. And I'm like, that looks scary. Wouldn't want to end up in there. Bear in mind where I am, the riverside, there's no fence or wall or anything. It just slopes down, and then the river's about here. Right. So I'm like absolutely loving it, feeling invincible, watching this, and I'm like, I would not want to be in there, but this is epic. And then I look to my left, and it's a big walkway, right? Big promenade next to the river, and no one's on it because the weather is crazy. And I see this huge like swirl of leaves, like a sphere of leaves caught in the wind, and it's swirling, and then it's almost like the wind's like and whips it into the river like I've never seen before. And that's just a little bit down the way, and I'm like, holy smokes, I'm next. And I look to my left, and I feel like I can see the wind like gathering up, like creating another one of these balls, and I'm like, oh my goodness, whoosh, it comes straight through me. I hands and knees on the floor, immediately ground, because I'm like a light little feather. I will go with that wind straight into the river. So I'm hands and knees on the floor, and I realize in that moment, I don't want to die. I don't want to die. Don't want to end up in that river. And after 2 days of being like, not that I want to die, but like, I don't want to live, I realized then I don't want to die, which means I want to live. And that was really cool. And then I'm just like, I get away from the river edge because I'm a little bit scared, being humbled by Mother Nature. I'm like, thank you for the lesson. Thank you for reminding me I'm happy to be alive. I'm going to go now. And I was listening to some very good music, dancing in the rain home, and felt good again. It was a nice reminder. Sometimes we need a reminder, don't we? That actually we do want to be here. We do. So I don't know how we ended up there, but we did. I'm going to leave it there. Thank you very much for watching. If you like the video, please like it. And what do you think? What are your thoughts? Let me know down below. And if you're completely new and you like this, hit subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Right, guys, have a beautiful day. Have a beautiful life. And remember, we got this.